Well, that brand new red dot, not by Deadpool's Daily, but here is Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. This time with old Gertrude Yorkes. Yeah, that'd be the correct way to pronounce it with an ES. Could be York, but it's Yorkes. Again, I'm not too familiar with the Runaways, so we are going to do Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. We're going to look at Gertrude, talk about her powers, and then all of the day one nodes will go in sequential order because well it's easier, but the other days will go in reverse order. Anyway, so this series the first fights were against Cloak and Dagger. Their yellow ability is is an active ability that costs 8. It will destroy any strike, attack, and projectiles that belong to us and deals damage. But if we don't have any strike, attack, or projectiles on the board, it will do team damage. Their black ability costs nothing because it's a passive. If there's a certain number of black tiles on the board, then it will create a red attack tile. But if the threshold isn't met, then it will create basic black tiles. And then finally, the purple ability, it costs 6, and it puts dagger out in front. And it flip flops characters. So whoever's in front, they're up in the back. So I think it is. I think it might be Cloak would go in the come out to the front. Yeah, that's what it is. Cloak will come out to the front because Dagger's abilities will be active. And then they have different abilities when this power here is active as well. The other thing that I gotta mention that if you meet the threshold for for uh for the conditional 3 AP version of it, which is I think you need some number of black tiles on the board. I think it's like a minimum of 10 or something like that there in order for it to be 3 AP. And then finally the reverse versions are the yellow becomes a true heal is a once there's some number of yellow tiles on the board. If not, then it does like the black ability, it will create basic yellow tiles on the board. Then the black power becomes an active power which costs 8, and it will reduce the abilities of the selected character by 1. So think the debilitating hex of Wanda for 5-star, where it transforms a power from, however you have it listed, to 1/1/1. And then the purple ability does the same thing as well, but instead of you needing a minimum or a threshold number of black, it's a threshold number of yellow in order to switch. Alright, so yeah, so again, Cloak and Dagger, I needlessly made them a little bit more complicated than what needs to be. Now Gertrude, this is the first time that I've seen her outside of the previews on the forum, so we're gonna talk about her. Yes, sir! Alright, hang on just a second, yep. Okay, sorry about that. So, Gertrude's prehistoric parent. This is a passive ability. So, if her and ally would take 10% of their current health and damage, then you create a countdown tile that deals damage and then approve a strike attack or protect tile for every runaway on the team. So obviously this is going to include herself as well. So this here is a roundabout way of Kitty's buffing or even Nico's buffing of tiles as well. Alright. But it gives you a conditional. So once the countdown tile expires, that's the condition, and then the after effects are the buffing. All right, Clever Claws, nice Jurassic Park reference. Cost 7, so you choose 4 basic tiles to become trap tiles, and if they're matched or destroyed by the enemy, then you deal damage plus additional damage if there's another runaway on the team. So like this trap tile style here is kind of cool. Either matched or destroyed. Those are my favorite types. Now again, it's reliant upon the enemy. So yeah, I can see that there being a 3. And then level 5, it's, you know, more trap tiles, a little bit more damage. And then finally, Dino Strike. You deal damage plus damage for each strike attack or protect tile combined that you have more than the enemy, then create 3 strike tiles. Okay. So I don't know if that portion there, if that matters, if that affects the creating the 3 strike tiles. I don't know if that does, but we'll find out. And of course, her affiliations are Heroes and Runaways, because, you know, why not? I don't see she's got the same color power set as, oh, what's the name? What's up? Well, let me do this here, and then, okay, but you can build stuff while I'm. Okay, yeah, so we'll create the strike tiles regardless. Cool. I was just wondering. Alright, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, and they're selectable too. Cool. Like I said, that's a Jurassic Park reference there. A lot of folks talking about, oh man, it's a Dino Strike. You know, hey, that's a, you know, a Jimmy Walker reference. I'm like, yeah, sure, but you know, I am of an age to remember about Jurassic Park. Well, I know you don't like Jurassic Park anymore. Why did they get a chance to use off her light knot? I mean, their light knives from Cloak and Dagger to see how the countdown tile works, but oh well. Alright, thanks so much for playing. Got 2 more days for heroic tokens, and then all that other jazz. Alright, I gotta throw in Deadpool. I'll throw in 5-star Deadpool, because again, I need to get my taco tokens for today, so that's the reason why we got him. So if there's any animations that go off, that's the reason why. And plus two, we get a chance to see how Gertrude's passive ability works. Let's just do the regular version. Alright. Okay, day one warm up. Don't really need to talk about it too much. We got 3-star Daken. As I try and find my Deadpool, unless I got him hidden. There he is. So this version of Daken is, primarily focused on creating at least one strike tile. He will also, what am I thinking of? So he also has a heal, and then he has blue, which will deal damage to the target. The only things that you need to keep in mind with him is, always match green. That you don't have to really worry too much about him healing too much. And then if you need to go for the quote-unquote finishing blow, use his blue ability, which, that will knock out a few folks. Try not to waste too much time with talking about him. Because, pretty much at this point in time here, hey, so we've ran enough of these here in which every 2-star has been feature focused or has been focused upon. Now I can't say the same about all the 3-stars, but we'll look at it. So Storm, she is a green, yellow, and black user, just like her 1-star variety. Her green costs 10, destroys 10 tiles up on the board. You gain AP based off of the number of tiles destroyed, and I want to say it was something else that it does. No, it's just, okay, so it's 14. My bad. I'm so used to the 2-star Storm, which she needs green AP. Well, she destroys tiles based on the amount of green AP that you have. Okay. Her yellow ability, again, just like the 1-star version, will destroy some number of team-up tiles on the board. You gain AP based on the number of team-up tiles you destroy, and you deal damage to the target. And then finally, her black ability, which is Hailstorm, it creates some number of attack tiles on the board of various strengths. Again, depending upon whether or not you have it at 3, 4, or 5. And, it does damage to the enemy team. Well, not to the enemy team, but to the target. And one team that I usually use with Storm is with Indestructible Hulk and Kamala Khan. That way you can loop the board, keep green constantly available to destroy tiles on the board, and then make sure that the opponent doesn't have another turn. The reason why Hulk is because of his anger ability. Because that gives you AP for, well, not AP, but it creates some number of green tiles on the board from the black ability. then storms yellow, destroys the board, or destroys team-up tiles, so that's the likelihood of green or yellow or purple, whatever that you are in need of, continuously floods the board. And then Kamala obviously is here not only to heal, but also to manipulate the board for whatever colors you may need. Almost. Trying to take over the world, that's what I'm trying to do. Alright, let's see. Yes, that was a Pinky and the Brain reference for those who don't know. The Pinky and the Brain. Now you can see with the animations, this here gets to be supremely annoying, but whatever. Using the team up because, well, still got those team up milestones to do. Some folks may be well ahead, some not so much, but whatever. Okay, next fight is with Nico. See, I had a 50-50 chance of getting this one here right, but we'll roll with Caroline and Dean too, because since they're the Runaways. All right, so Nico, I actually got to go into the power set to describe her real quick. All right, so her blue ability is a passive. So whenever she takes some form of damage, whether it be from a match or from team damage or whatever the case might be, she'll create a countdown tile that will last some number of turns, and then while that is on the board, her powers become other things. Alright? Try Not to Die is that costs 7, and she creates projectiles on the board. And then passively, friendly projectiles get their strength increased by some amount, but they have no effect on Nico. So she uses like this is like projectile, like projectiles. Nah. And the mystical affinity is her passive, which strengthens up any strike attack projectiles that are on the board that we have that are more than the opponents. So if we have 4 strike attack or projectiles and the opponent has 3, then she'll buff I think she'll buff all of them. It should be all of them. For some instances, she might just buff 1, but it should be all of the tiles that should be buffed. All right. Now, the passive. Now when Blood is Shed is active, when it becomes a countdown tile, then she has an ability called Freeze, or it'll have different names depending upon how many times you cast the ability. So it'll remove countdown tiles for 9 AP and stuns the target for some number of turns, and then additional turns for each countdown tile removed. So you can have a max of a 5-turn stun if that's the case. Then her yellow ability, while the countdown tile is on the board, becomes Heal. She creates some number of projectiles on the board for 7 yellow AP, and then she gets healed for each friendly projectile on the board with max cap of 6, and then of course the passive from the try not to die portion of this ability is also active as well. So where projectile strength is increased, but she isn't affected by projectiles. And then finally, trifecta, which costs 8. She creates a strike attack and projectile on the board, and then also to the passive portion of mystical affinity carries over as well. All right. So that's Nico. Don't really need to talk about Carolina too much. She's going to be in the background, going airborne, creating projectiles. Well, once we get rid of the Sentry Fighter. Alright, there's Rising Sun. Nico's out in front. There's some blood shed. Now I know in tomorrow's video I will definitely won't be having animations going on, so yeah, let's keep Nico protected just a little bit. Or I should say that countdown time protected just a little bit. Carolina, get back airborne. I love how they keep the Devil Dinosaur sound effect for the Dino Strike. That's actually pretty cool. And now Gertrude kicks in, buffs the tiles, get even more buffing. Let's get some more healing in. Now let's time to remove some countdown tiles. There's that. That was actually pretty fun using the Runaways together, and then finally a test the skill. Ooh, okay, this is actually gonna be pretty cool. We got Hela. So she's a red, green, and black user, as we can obviously tell. Her red ability, it costs, I'm trying to remember here, was it 9? Yeah, it costs 9. It creates strike tiles on the board, but it targets enemy strike, attack, or protect tiles first before it goes on to any basic tiles. Alright? So if Beta Ray Bill happens to have his projectiles on the board and you fire off that ability there, it'll attack after it'll go after his projectiles first before it goes on any basic tiles. But if there's none on the board, then it'll go on random basic tiles. Death's best friend, this costs 8 as well. Yeah, and it has an active and a passive portion. The active portion is she deals damage to the target and then additional hits to random enemies. But the reason why I said this is going to be fun for those who have a little bit of trouble with the node for tomorrow, notice what her passive says. Is that if the enemy has at least 10 green AP at the start of your turn, deal damage and destroy 2 enemy green AP. keep that in mind for tomorrow's video. And then finally, Death Becomes Her. This is her black ability, which costs 8. It has an active and a passive as well. The active portion says create attack tiles on the board for however many blue tiles are on the board. And then also the passive portion, like I said, whenever we down an enemy, if we have any strike, attack, or protect tiles on the board, then they get increased by a certain amount. And then, as you can see at level 5, it's stronger attack tiles, stronger boost. 553 is pretty much the way to go with her. And now it's just putting folks that make, you know, strike tiles on the board that you don't mind having. So let me think here. Yeah, we'll go with Scorpion. Why not? Because he gives us a strike tile anytime they fire off a power. Alright. Put this. Go ahead and put this here out already. Alright, here comes. There goes Adrenaline Surge. There's Death's best friend. You're gonna see that again. No need to really worry about Gertrude's purple. Not yet, anyways. Because we're not gonna be using it. Alright. Now we'll go ahead and I think we'll use Gertrude's. Nah, that's actually gonna down one of them. Not yet. Alright. That's fine. Alright, now all those tiles there got strengthened. Now we'll use Gertrude's Dino Strike. Alright, I don't know if this is gonna be enough. Nope, not yet. Oh, hang on just a second, y'all. Yeah. Look at, well, I was gonna say, nephew, I'll save your house. Alright. So, man, to me and him, we were playing Little Big Planet, and he was destroying some of our houses, so I gotta go back around and rebuild the house. But anyway, that's gonna end the video once I pull these vault tokens, as you saw, and we'll go into a little bit more detail. You get your, at least a guaranteed cover of Gertrude, a guaranteed cover of Nico Minoru, a random assortment of 3 stars, a random 4-star, you know, your standard allotment of 2 stars, ISO 8, and bye, buddy. And yeah, I'll see you next Friday or whenever they look at whatever comes first. there's some number of you know, heroics and mighty tokens, then supports, which I pulled, and then a legendary token. I pulled one more. It's like because it's a daily deal, and because I got plenty of hero points. So, all right. So that's gonna end. That's gonna end day one here. For those who want more opportunities for Gertrude, you have stuff for got pulled in there for Cosmic Chaos, which that's what we're doing there. Then shouldn't her PV? Well, that's where her PvP is gonna have the vault, which we'll be talking about that there in the next couple of days, and in a little bit we actually have a video with um, PvP simulator. So let me do Deadpool daily, and then we'll talk about that.